So good morning, everyone. Saeed is going to share our slides, hopefully. My name is Professor Nick Morton. I'm Professor of Innovation in Built Environment Education at Birmingham City University, and my colleague Saeed is Associate Prof in Digital Built Environment. Here come our slides. Thank you very much, Saeed. And we're going to talk to you today about a digital twin project for One Eastside, which is Birmingham's tallest building. So first up, some facts and figures to situate you in the context of One Eastside, which is currently under construction as Birmingham's tallest habitable building. And at Birmingham City University, we're in partnership with the innovative developers behind this project, Port Collaboration. The project will ultimately supply 667 apartments along with shared facilities. And if any of you have been to Birmingham recently, it's certainly hard to miss this remarkable addition to the city's skyline. Okay, Saeed, move along, please. Buildings are one of the largest consumers of energy globally, as I'm sure everyone on the call will be aware, accounting for over 30% of total energy use. And within that, HVAC systems, the dominant contributors, often making up around 40% of a building's total energy consumption. But it's not just about energy, it's also about emissions. Buildings are responsible for nearly half of all global CO2 emissions, and that's a massive figure and a key reason that we need to innovate. An often overlooked factor is indoor air quality. Without proper monitoring and control, conditions like high humidity and poor ventilation can lead to mold growth and material degradation, reducing a building's lifespan by up to 50%. These combined pressures highlight why a new approach is needed, and hence where our digital twin solution for One Eastside comes in. Our goal is to make One Eastside an intelligent building, not just smart, but truly intelligent. On the left-hand side of our spectrum there, you can see conventional buildings, systems are siloed, devices are standalone, and there's little to no automation. The middle stage is smart buildings. Here we see some progress, basic data collection, visualization, and system integration. But while they offer more insight, they still rely heavily on manual interventions. What we're aiming for with One Eastside is the final stage, intelligent buildings. These go beyond monitoring. They use AI to generate insights, to enable prediction, and to trigger proactive interventions. In short, we're shifting from reactive to predictive, which means optimizing operations. It means improving energy efficiency, enhancing occupant well-being, and this is what a digital twin can make possible at scale, and at the scale of a project like One Eastside. On the next slide, you can see an overview of the planned digital twin framework for the One Eastside project. The process begins with data acquisition through IoT sensors, that is, collecting information on temperature, humidity, occupancy, energy use, and more. Next, that raw data goes through pre-processing. That's for cleaning, filtering, and formatting that data for analysis, including identifying patterns to enable our predictions. We then move on to the visualization element, a really important part of the project for us, where real-time dashboards are presented to different users, from tenants to building managers and owners. These steps provide transparency and actionable insights. In turn, this feeds into alerts and recommendations, where the system automatically notifies relevant users when thresholds are exceeded or unusual patterns are detected. And finally, we get to interventions. The system can either suggest or automate actions via the building management system, improving air quality, thermal comfort, or energy use, and it also supports proactive maintenance based on predicted risks within the building, such as the risk of mold. In essence, this framework transforms data into decisions and decisions into actions. Finally, for me, one of the key strengths of our digital twin for One Eastside is the ability to serve multiple user groups, each with their own access level into that data and each with their own tailored visualizations. At tenant level, individuals only have access to data from their own apartment. This ensures full privacy whilst allowing them to view and manage their indoor air quality, their temperature, and their energy use in real time. This helps them make informed decisions about their comfort and their well-being, and crucially, their costs and their energy consumption. On the other hand, building managers and owners have access to a broader dashboard, and this includes data from the communal areas and amenity spaces such as gyms, lounges, and their shared workspaces. This dashboard supports facility-wide monitoring, enables them to manage the building systems more efficiently, whether that's optimizing energy usage, responding to maintenance needs, or ensuring environmental quality across the whole property. And I'll now hand over to Saeed to take us through the rest of the presentation. Thanks, Saeed.
So continuing on what Nick was saying, so one of the ways that digital twin can help and have a real world impact is through preventive maintenance. In particular, One Eastside digital twin will help tenants and building owners to prevent mold growth and protecting both property and health. In fact, when temperature, humidity, and time align on the right conditions, mold can start growing within just a few days. So our digital twin addresses this with a preventive approach. IoT devices constantly monitor environmental conditions. Data is processed and fed into a prediction model that identifies when conditions are approaching risky thresholds. The dashboard visualize this data clearly for users. And if a risk is detected, alerts and recommendations are sent immediately to both building managers and tenants. So we talk about all the great things about our developed digital twin, but there are also some challenges. So while this vision is ambitious, there are also very real implementation challenges. And one of the biggest is sensor procurement and installation. As Nick mentioned, One Eastside includes 667 residential apartments, in addition to extensive communal and amenity spaces, from lower ground to upper floors and even the Sky Lounge. That means we are talking about deploying a large number of sensors, around 1,000 sensors across multiple zones. Our process starts with zone divisions, and we separate residential units from communal areas. Then we move to sensor selection, and this includes sensors for indoor air quality and occupancy tracking, like people counting sensors for amenity areas. We also need to answer these questions, which is whether we are going for battery-powered or hardwired sensors. So battery-powered sensors are easier to install, but need maintenance and regular replacements. Hardwired sensors offer long-term reliability, but come with a greater installation costs and disruption, especially in finished residential units. So effectively, we are trying to balance cost, performance, and long-term maintenance of sensors. A key part of effective deployment is the placement of sensors within each apartment. For accurate reading, sensors need to be installed at a specific height, normally between 1.2 to 1.6 meters above the floor. Around the breathing level, and must be positions away from entrance or direct source of heat like ovens or radiators. And it's crucial to get these details right at the installation, because it ensures that digital twin operates on a trustworthy data, and it reduces the need for costly repositioning later.
Saeed, you just got a minute, please, to wrap
Sure.
it up. Thank you.
This is the final slide. So to conclude, the digital twin we are developing and deploying for One Eastside offer a wide range of benefits that go well beyond monitoring. It provides real-time insight and control, and it helps users become immediately aware of their environment and make informed adjustments. And these communications carried out through different means, such as BIM, graphs, gaming tools, etc. Through proactive maintenance, we can detect issues early, which means reducing the risk of costly damage, downtime, or discomfort. The system supports better comfort by optimizing environmental conditions and enhance health and safety through real-world tracking and adaptive responses. It also enables cost saving by identifying inefficiencies, including energy efficiencies, and improving operational sustainability. And finally, by integrating directly with the billing management system, we allow for real data-driven decisions that transform how billing One Eastside is run. Ultimately, this project is not just about technology. It's about creating a better, healthier, and more sustainable living experience for everyone in the building. Thank you very much.
I have a question for Nick and Saeed. In the process of the journey you're going through, what's the timeline for One Eastside and the digital twin that you're building and operating?
Nick, do you want me to answer that question?
So yeah, sure, go ahead. So it's for completion 2026, but we're going through the kind of final stages of the installation process now. But save some more details, Saeed.
Absolutely. So we are hoping to procure the sensors within next few months and get that everything sorted by the end of this year.
Fantastic. And are there any surprising challenges that you faced on the journey?
Well, when it comes to developments, there are always day-to-day surprises from handling the data, for running the algorithms, the maintenance of the system architecture. So there are challenges, but not big challenges so far. Finger crossed.
I do want to just bring Nick and Saeed in on. One of the things that struck me as well was that you were looking at different sensors, whether they're battery powered or wired in. What are the hardest parts of bringing together data from disparate sensors, the BMS, etc.?
So far, bringing the data together is actually not that difficult. One of the things that we're trying to do that we think is quite innovative is to simultaneously bring the data together, visualize the data, and then enable action on the data. So the dashboard that we haven't had time to demonstrate, so happy to do so on a future occasion, enables a presentation of all those data sets together, and that's not been actually that difficult from a technical perspective. The operational aspects of whether to go for battery or wired solutions are partly to do with the construction process, partly to do with the cost and the operation. You've got to replace the batteries, etc. But what we're trying to do is kind of model different solutions to that and work out which is more efficient and effective for all of the users and occupiers.
Nick, Saeed, have you created a safety case for the building using digital? And if so, how was the digital twin brought into it? Obviously top of mind following the last few months of reviews.
So we are mainly focused on the indoor air quality and energy consumption of the building. So from the data we get, as Nick mentioned, we can basically make conclusions about the potential, about the safety within the apartments. But because of that liability aspect, we just don't say that we can actually consider all the safety aspects of our digital twin. So we can basically contribute to the safety aspects, but again, that's not the main focus.